every guest, friends, relatives come to this wedding ceremony. Thank you, Captain. I'd like to use this opportunity to thank those who has helped, supported, mentored my son all the way along today. Thank you very much. Now I can say my son is really grown up. When I see Hans walk this way, he's very handsome. I'm very happy. But that's not when he was little. That we thought we worried a little bit. When Han was born, that year is the end of a Cultural Revolution. You know, the China's political disaster. Also, the disaster is ended, but the food, fresh milk, eggs, everything is so it's hard to find. Many times I have to travel many miles to get it. But the worst thing is, he's not interested in eating. So every time the lunchtime, either lunchtime or dinner time, we are playing a chess game. So he's running around. So the nanny, the mom, and dad is going to follow him around the house and try to get one fight. So we are really worried. And when he grew up, maybe physically or mentally, except efficiently. A few years later, we found we were wrong. About 4.5 years old, when one day I helped Han to cross the river on the bridge. We found a boat that's full of the heavy brick. He said, "Dad, why man can be drunk, but so heavy boat was still floating?" I was surprised for a 4.5 years kid ask such scientific question. So I said, okay, mentally, no deficiency. So I really appreciate my son along the way. He, every year, you know, according to the Chinese tradition, we give him a gift money for birthday, for lunar years, okay? And he saved those money to just buy one book. Guess what kind of book? It's an airplane book. So maybe from that time, he has some kind of a thinking how to become an engineer. So I can say a lot of these things, but one thing I really pleased, that his mom is pleased, is that he has really a warm heart, and he's caring so much. Every time, you know, when his brother not coming home in the dinner time, and he always said, "Let's wait for his brother." And if you know, 1 hour later, and he always cut it almost half, you know, the dishes, then leave that for brother. So I was thinking, my son has some policy. I'm proud of him. Now I'm even proud of my son because let me tell you why. Because we were thinking we have 2 sons. We want at least one go to medical science, but none of them went that way. So, but now we have a daughter-in-law with doctor and pharmacy. So now we know where we could go when we search for a second opinion. Well, if I want to offer any advice as a parent, as I'm approaching the retirement, I really know that understand that life is really short, right? So some days sunny day and some days rainy. So keep loving each other and trust each other, and you are going to have a great future and a very good love time. Finally, so I want to wish everybody, all guests, have a healthy and happy life. Thank you.
I'd like to thank the fathers of both Pong and Lily. That was very wonderful. It was very beautiful. Thank you both. Pong and Lily, since it is your intention to marry, it is now time for you to exchange your vows. Pong, you have some vows for your bride.
Lily, you are the love of my life. That's it. You're my life. I fell in love with you on those long walks that we took when we first met. And I knew that we could grow old. I'm thankful that you're there. I'm grateful for the love that we share and nurture. I will remain faithful to you in health, in sickness, especially when you're passionate. I will always have a jacket if you want, and I promise to keep the bugs away whenever possible. And when we get lost, I promise that we will find our way. Together, we'll keep a comfortable home for us and our children. As my father always says, there are many paths up the mountain and an amazing view into the top. We will have many joys on our journey as we climb to our destiny, just as we started by watching together.
Traditionally, marking of the passage, status, of husband and wife is marked by the exchange of rings. These rings are a symbol of the unbroken circle of love, where love freely given has no beginning and no end. No giver with no receiver. For each is the giver, each is the receiver. May these rings always remind you of the vows you have taken, the promises you have made to each other. These rings are visible symbols of your inner bond. Pong is this ring on Lily's finger. Repeat after me. I give you this ring.
I give you this ring
As a symbol of my commitment to you.
as a symbol of my commitment to you.